We use them every day. It's part of a new lexicon, hashtags and emojis. But where did they come from? Director of Social Engagement for Thread Marketing Group, Kevin Caesar, joins us with a brief history of being brief, hashtags and emojis. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on, Amanda.
Absolutely. I think we always, we say hashtag, whether even out loud versus in print these
Right.
days. Hashtag, whatever. It's definitely all over the place. So let's go back and kind of figure out where
Yeah,
it all started.
sure. So the reason people are using their phones and social platforms nonstop, so that's why they're so popular because they're a simple, universal, and effective way to communicate. So let's start off with just kind of the numbers. So social media users, nearly 4 billion. That's 51% of global adults. And then when you add 5 million mobile phone users, that's nearly 70% of the adult global population. That's why it's important. The three things that make emojis and hashtags are popular and plentiful are the character limits on social media, because we've moved from desktop to mobile. And instead of using our fingers as much, we're using our thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
The time factors, the limited time. Sometimes you're texting, you're reading on the go or remotely, and the short attention spans. So that kind of sets you up as to why they're around us. So
It makes
the
sense,
history,
when you're on your phone, you just want to make it easier, right? Quicker shortcuts all over the place, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the way we got to the hashtag was, Twitter has a 140 character limit, and their significance in the digital age has been defined by the hashtag. And this symbol has helped political organizers and citizens mobilize, promote causes, build groups, promote businesses, and follow news events. So during 2007, there was a guy on the West Coast named Chris Messina, and he was running a tech conference. And he used the first hashtag, and it was hashtag BarCamp to promote his tech conference. But a couple of months later, there were some very bad wildfires in the San Diego area. And so people started using hashtag San Diego Fire to aggregate tweets and updates on this event. So they could be safe, so they could find out where the fires were and how to evacuate. And people started using it, but Twitter didn't really realize and catch on how popular it was. In fact, when Messina proposed to them the hashtag, they thought it was stupid. They thought it looked nerdy. And so they kind of waved it off. But about 2 years later, in 2009, Twitter fully embraced the hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
And they realized it was a useful way to group content. It was a unique vernacular for expressing ideas and emotions online. And it just invigorated the platform, and it made Twitter what it is today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of
So we
makes
all
Twitter
started
what
out
it,
with,
yeah, exactly. It kind of is unique. Twitter is unique in that capacity as far as social media is concerned.
that's right.
Yeah.
And why we have the hashtag symbol, going way back, AT&T was looking forward to phones interacting with computers. And so they had the 9 digits and the 0, and they needed to complete a square on your dial
Sure.
telephone. And so they chose 2 symbols, the hashtag symbol and the asterisk.
Okay.
And so that's where people started like, what symbol will we use to group this content? And hashtag ended up being
Hashtag,
it.
it's there because it's there and nothing, it wasn't being used for anything, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
So the story of the emoji, there was a Japanese interface designer back in 1997. His name was Shigetaka Kurita. And he was designing interfaces for mobile phones, and he came up with he kind of realized that there was no effective way to completely communicate your thoughts without having a thumbs up symbol or a smiley face.
Mm.
And so he set out and he designed 176 emojis in a 12 by 12 pixel grid pattern. And eventually, they became so popular that Unicode, which is the information technology standard for the world's writing system, adopted the emoji system and incorporated them on just about every device you could think of.
Yeah, and now we have about 1 million of them, and I don't know what most of them actually mean, but it's fun, to get on your phone or social media and use them.
Did you realize that 92% of all people online use emoji?
Yeah.
And on Instagram, nearly half of the posts contain emoji. So,
Wow. Okay, that's significant. So, and I think, it just kind of goes back to our history with people, even police scanners and different talk. We're all just trying to get things out as quickly as possible and, yeah, just be brief, right?
absolutely. And so, going forward, whatever social channels are developed and whatever devices enter the market, there'll always be a need for a shorthand. So you're right, from police radio jargon to prehistoric petroglyphs. People have always found a way to communicate in the shortest and clearest way possible to connect simply.
I like it. All right. Very interesting stuff this morning, Kevin. Of course, the stuff we use every day, it's kind of nice to know where it came from.
That's it.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for having
joining
me.
us. Yeah, take care.